Hello and welcome to another episode of The Average EV. Today I'm here with the Hyundai Ioniq 5. I was visiting my niece for her graduation and this is what I got for my rental car, and I'm going to give you my kind of review and quick impressions of the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Let's get into it. This is the Hyundai Ioniq 5. I'm not going to go too much over everything about it because this car's been out for a while, but this is the 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5 SEL. So it's a pretty decent trim, but not the top trim. It's a really nice car. I really like this gray. But anyways, here I just walk around. I'm sure people have seen this before. Right, charging ports here. I will show you all of this because this really bothers me. This pull, it's actually really annoying to get out. So this was my car, I probably would rip it off. But yeah, that's kind of annoying. But I do like that it closes automatically. That's nice. Here we got the back side. And of course, I didn't talk about these, but the handles, I actually do like the handles, and I'm about to get the Equinox EV, and that's how those handles work as well. Here is the trunk space. Again, I'm sure you've seen this before. So it's a decent sized space. The big issue is you have this under storage here, but then there's nothing else. That's it. That's how deep it goes. And then this tire mobility kit takes up some of that space. So it's not as nice as I'd like. And coming from the ID4, there's same space, and then there's a deep kind of storage area, or whatever you want to call it, there. And then the ID4 also has these cutouts here. So this is a little lacking on space, but it's not the end of the world. And then I do want to show real quick, there is a frunk, because I'm sure people want to know about that. And it's not the best frunk. Sorry, there's an ambulance going by. But here is the frunk. There it is, and you can see they have the EVSE here, level 1. It's pretty small, but it's big enough to fit that, so that's cool, I guess. And yeah, that's fine. I'm coming from the ID4. I don't particularly care about frunks, but I can see the appeal for some people who want a frunk. And then I guess the last thing I'm going to show everybody is kind of my leg room, and I'm going to get inside and give you all my driving impressions of the car. So here it is. And I'm 6'1", and I've got plenty of room. So it's very spacious, and I'm sitting behind myself. So yeah, definitely comfortable to be back here. As far as headroom, let me turn the camera around. As far as headroom is concerned, about it's not much, maybe like two or three fingers. So if you're a little bit taller, again, I'm 6'1". It wouldn't be the it's not the most comfortable, but it's not the end of the world as far as headroom is concerned. But yeah, I don't mind it. It has this nice kind of like leatherette interior. It's perforated but not cooled or anything like that, which is kind of strange, but it does look nice. And I do like the light color of the interior, if I'm being honest. And let me flip around and show you something that I didn't know until just now. They have little air vents here, which is nice. So I did not know that because I have not sat in the back of the car. And then one thing which I'll talk about later, they only have USB-A, no USB-C, which is a little bit of a bummer. I actually had to buy an adapter for my phone because my phone is USB-C now. So that's disappointing, but not the end of the world. It's going to show the rest of the interior and then give my impression. So pretty nice. Again, this is SEL, so it has a little bit nicer of materials. Here you can see the kind of the leatherette. Looks nice, but honestly, it gets pretty hot with the sun, even though it's a lighter color, which is fine. Here are all your controls here, mirror. Again, I don't want to go too much into stuff because I'm sure you've seen it all, but unlike my ID4, it does have 4 buttons, which is always welcome. Child lock for the window. Auto hold is down here if you're ever looking for that. Turn off traction control. Open the trunk, which is nice. Parking brake. Here's the steering wheel. Pretty basic stuff. Got your cruise control stuff over here, settings, Here you can change your drive modes. I actually like having the drive mode right there. That's really nice. As you can see, we got the paddles. From my Kona, I missed my paddles, and the paddles are really nice. I don't know if it'll let me do it. Yeah, it won't let me do it while I'm charging because I'm currently charging. But if you click the left one all the way over, it does iPedal. And I was just using iPedal. Really nice, brings you to a complete stop. Really great experience. So if you like one pedal driving, this might be the car for you. Down here, we've just got the start stop button, which is, I forgot how much I didn't like turning my car on and off. When I had the Kona, I had to turn it on and off, and I'd forget it all the time, especially after we got the ID4. So I've had a little bit of that, but you have to press this to turn it on, have to press this to turn it off, which can be a little annoying if you're used to a car that automatically turns on. Here we have climate, all those controls really nice. Here are your basic buttons to move you around. The infotainment system can move and look at the parking camera, which is nice, volume and on and off for the infotainment. Here's the driver display, a pretty decent driver display. I wish there were some nicer features, like maybe having like a really nice navigation, but it's okay, and you can toggle through and look at everything here, which is fine. And then each one has like a sub menu you can go through, except for that one. There you go, look at the tire pressures. So that's that, nothing too fancy, but you know, it works. Here is the infotainment system. It goes straight across, which I don't like. I wish it was curved a little bit. I was able to sit in the Blazer EV, and I'll be getting the Equinox EV if you follow me at all. And I like that it's a little bit curved, but it's not the end of the world. Here you can see everything, nothing too crazy. I do want to talk about the EV stuff, like charging. It's a little bit annoying to me, and maybe I haven't figured it out, but if you want to change like how much you charge to, you have to go all the way in here to do it, which is kind of annoying. I'm only charging to 100% because that's what the car rental company gave it to me at, but that's, yeah, a little weird. You can do your scheduled charging and everything like that. If you have the V2L, I don't have that, so that's fine. And then everything else, navigation. I don't really love the navigation. It's kind of hard to, it's not hard to use, but it's kind of clunky to use. I think that's a better way to describe it, but it's okay. If you were gonna do like planned EV charging stops, at least with this model year, I would use a different app. But I think that they have fixed it in future iterations of this car. I don't know, leave that down in the comments below. I'm pretty sure I saw that with the 24, maybe 25 Ioniq 5. And then, yeah, glove box. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, just USB-C. This, because it's SEL, has the wireless charging. It has holes. I haven't really tried to charge my phone there, but I don't usually like wireless charging. Here we got another USB, 12 volt. And that's pretty much it. So now I'm going to turn the camera around and kind of give you my impressions of this car. In general, I've enjoyed my time in the Ioniq 5, but there's just little things that I don't love about it, and I think that's probably going to be true of any car. And of course, I'm coming from my frame of reference with the ID4, the 2015 Tesla Model S, the Kona, a couple other EVs I've driven. So here are my impressions. So as far as the ride is concerned, generally it's pretty good. Sometimes I feel like the ride, like going over big bumps, it's not as good as the ID4. You can definitely feel them much more. But you know, if it's like a big, it is what it is. At higher speeds, it's definitely, I was trying to, like, it like wafts. So like with the body roll, and you can feel it sometimes when you go over big things. Whereas the ID4, I feel like it's a lot more, you know, stable as it goes across bumps, and you don't feel it as much. That might be something to do with, I don't know, the wheelbase or tires, stuff like that. Again, I'm the average EV. I'm not the technical EV, so I don't know exactly why. But you can definitely notice the car kind of waft a little bit when you go over big bumps, especially at like higher, like highway speeds, because I was driving to Colorado. As far as the cabin, I'm not sure if I'm being honest, because when we were on 70 going to Grand Junction, I felt like it was pretty loud, but I was going to similar speeds, not the exact same speeds, around here in Denver, and it wasn't as loud. So maybe it's just the wind. so it doesn't block out heavy wind that well, but you know, what car does? So definitely not a bank fold. I would say a little bit louder than a ID4 in the cabin, but definitely not as bad as like my Kona or the Tesla Model S as far as noise. The seat, I don't find it too comfortable. Like the bolstering to me kind of squeezes me too much, but maybe might be perfect for you. So get in the seat, see if you like it. But yeah, that's pretty much it there. As for steering, I feel like the steering is great. The handling is great generally. The only weird thing I noticed is when I'm in eco mode and I'm driving, you know, at highway speeds and I go over some kind of bump, I kind of feel the back fishtail a little bit, which is not great, but not the end of the world. But I do notice when I have it on normal mode, I don't feel that. That's because, I think it's because when you're in eco, it has the clutch disconnect, so it's just the front motor, I believe, to be more efficient, which is awesome. Or maybe it's a rear motor, I don't know. I can't remember now. I feel like it'd be the front motor, but whatever. Anyways, there is the clutch disconnect, and it's a little bit more efficient, so it would make sense that the back wheels, maybe they're not getting power, so when it goes over, they kind of just are at the will of the road. And then when I put it in normal mode, I didn't feel it as much, or maybe I'm making it up in my head, I don't know. But I did notice that if anybody wanted to know about that. But yeah, I think it drives great. One of my biggest problems with this car is the highway driving assist 2, because this does have HDA 2. I don't think it's that good. I mean, a lot of times it would let me go into another lane. It is nice that it adjusts the curves, but I feel like it slows the speed down way too much. So I'm not sure how they do those calculations, but sometimes it would just like all of a sudden slow me down. There's a car behind me, then I have to put my foot on the accelerator so that the person doesn't rear end me. So that's not great, and they should probably get a fix for that, or maybe they have already with the newer model years. So that's that. And then the front sensor, I don't feel like that's as sensitive as I'd like it to be, which is fine. It doesn't slow me down enough. I kind of feel that way about the ID4 as well. The Tesla does a really good job, I think, my Model S, slowing down naturally too. So yeah, and then also with the HDA assist, sometimes when it comes into a curve, it'll be like too sharp a curve and it'll just stop. And then you'll start to drift over. It does, I remember it giving me like a little bit of a notification, but I don't remember there being like a beep, but it said like too sharp of curve, HDA canceled or something like that. So just be aware of that. I like travel assist on the ID4 a lot better. I think like I can rely upon it. I know it's gonna work. I'm not nervous about using it. With HDA 2, I just didn't feel comfortable using it. And honestly, I enjoyed my driving experience more when I turned it off, which is not good because it's supposed to help you out. So, but those are my opinions. Maybe you like it. Maybe you like how it works. But for me, I'd rather have ID4 Travel Assist or even the new autopilot with hardware is the last autopilot I used, and that worked really nice. So those are kind of my thoughts and like the biggest negatives I had. One weird thing that happened with this car, and it might actually be happening, it is happening now, is I think the car steals the AC to cool down the battery, and then it affects the AC blowing into the car. Now, I did reach out to Plug and Play EV, and he said he's never heard of anything like that, so that might just be this car, so just take that for what it is. But that was definitely annoying, and like right now it's really hot in the car. It's 82 degrees outside and the sun's beating on the car. So hopefully that'll figure itself out. But I did notice that, and that was not something that I was excited about. Now, one thing I really love about this car is the charging. I mean, wow, it makes road tripping easy. Like, we went from Denver International Airport to Grand Junction. We stopped to charge one time for like 12 minutes, maybe 14 minutes. And that was all we needed. It was super nice. I love the fast charging of this car and the EGMP platform. I did remember one more thing that was a little bit annoying, but also not the end of the world, but maybe you should know if you're gonna get this model year that does not have wireless Apple CarPlay, is you obviously need the wire, a wire connection to plug into the car. And since it has USB-A, you have to get, well, for me, I have to get the USB-C to USB-A, and that was a little bit annoying. I do actually like plugging in for Apple CarPlay, but I'm so used to not because of the ID4. But what's really nice about plugging in is, A, it charges your phone. I tend to notice that my phone overheats with wireless Apple CarPlay, especially when I'm charging it, because I'll plug it in to charge it too while it's using wireless Apple CarPlay, which is not great. So as far as that's concerned, like, you know, that's nice. And then I do notice the resolution is a little bit better when it's plugged in with the wire. ID4 is the wireless, and sometimes it's a little bit grainy, the CarPlay. But anyways, it works nice, and you know, I have enjoyed my Apple CarPlay experience once I went and bought the cable. All right, everybody, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. Again, I've really enjoyed the Hyundai Ioniq 5, but this previously was like my dream car. I wanted to get this car. After driving it, I haven't loved it, especially with the HDA2 and the ride and some stuff like that. So I still love the way it looks, love the way it charges. I'm gonna keep an eye on this car in the next couple model years. Again, this is the 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5, because I always wanted one of these cars, but after this, I didn't love my experience. I much prefer the ID4, if I'm being honest. But it's still a great car. Like, if you get this, you're gonna love it. You're gonna enjoy it, especially for all the EV things, like charging, acceleration. But for me, I don't know. I'll keep waiting and see how it goes. But thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions, put them down below. This was a quick little impressions video because I rented it and I'm charging it. Have to take it back to the airport. So I thought I'd do a little video for you all and give you my perspectives about other cars and the ID4 and the Tesla and everything like that. So again, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please give a like, a subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will catch you all next time.